Hi, I'm the curator of Night Shift London After Dark. This exhibition is at the London Transport Museum and it's opening today. Well, it's actually already opened, and it's running until the 10th of April 2016. So the exhibition looks at how London transport services have really influenced and stimulated nighttime entertainment in London. I'll be kind of talking to you about some of my favourite pieces in the exhibition. So the first thing that you'll actually encounter when you come into this space is this beautiful mosaic, which my colleague who's filming this has done a lovely panning shot. It's a mosaic done in 1986 and it was commissioned by the London Transport Services to advertise travel cards. So travel cards were actually, nowadays everyone's using Oyster cards or their contactless payment cards, but travel cards were only introduced in 1985. So what the transport services wanted to do is they wanted to entice people to come into the city late at night by using their travel card. And the artist has beautifully created this mosaic. He's incorporated this spotlight in the shape of the London Transport logo known as the roundel. So come with me, we're going to go over to my other favourite piece, which is this poster, which is actually about broadcasting. So I'm being broadcasted now, and this poster is about broadcasting in 1922. So this poster is advertising late night services into the city for the election night in 1922. And what happened with London in 1922 on this night is that it transformed into this festival style. And a lot of the theatres, cinemas, restaurants were staying open later. They were open as late as 2 in the morning. And what was happening is that they had radio sets positioned in the restaurants or theatres, and people would be actually listening for the results. You got to remember, back in 1922, hardly anyone had radio sets. So radios were only used as a kind of experimental means of communication by the military or by amateurs. So, this kind of night sparked this phenomenon known as collective radio listening, where people would conglomerate in locations such as Trafalgar Square to listen to the live broadcasting of the results. Places such as Selfridges, I'm sure you've been to Selfridges in London, the amazing shopping centre, were staying open late at night. What Selfridges did that night, they had these thermometers, well, pieces of kind of structure created in the shape of a thermometer of the 4 different parties of the time. And instead of having mercury in the thermometers, they had beams of light. So if, say, one of the parties' results were increasing, then the light would beam up and people would know which party was winning at the time. So follow me to my third piece. This poster here is from 1931, and it's advertising floodlit buildings. So back then in itself, right now we just take kind of lit up buildings for granted. You know, when we're walking around the city, we see the National Theatre lit up, we see every single building is lit up, and we kind of take it for granted. But in 1931, electricity becomes a bit more cheaper, so a lot of the architects start incorporating lighting into their designs. And in 1931, there is a celebration of the centenary of Michael Faraday's experiments with electricity. So the city decides to light up all the buildings. Here we can see St. Paul's Cathedral, Westminster Abbey and Buckingham Palace, which are lit up. So my next piece is this really beautiful piece, and it has only been created probably about a week ago only. And it's done, it's made by an artist called Mark Hagan Geary, also known as Paper Dandy. It's a commission by the National Theatre in collaboration with Mark and ourselves, and it's called The Curious Night Shift. It's a kirigami model. So kirigami is a variation of origami, but rather than actually folding the paper, you would actually cut the paper by using a scalpel. So he's created this piece by only using one sheet of A3 paper. He's created it during the course of 5 days and 5 nights, so he's been doing night shifts himself. And he's encapsulated a scene from The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime, which is a book which was adapted into a play, and it's shown now at the Gielgud Theatre in the West End. So he's fused this world of Theatreland, but also the London Underground services. And if you look closely, you can see some London Underground symbolism in it. There's a night owl. There's also the London Underground symbol, the roundel, and even a tiny little kind of rat, which final piece in the exhibition. It's referencing a lot of the other pieces that I showed you, a contemporary piece and a really fascinating piece. So these are my favourite ones. I'm sure you'll have a lot of your own favourite ones when you come and see the exhibition. We've got a Friday late on tonight, so please get down here and pick your own favourites. Thanks.